Welcome students to the next presentation, and in this presentation we are going to see about Boolean algebras. And in the previous presentation I have explained to you the types of lattices: complemented, distributive and modular lattices. And now we are going to see what is a Boolean algebra. A Boolean algebra is nothing but a complemented distributive lattice, and it is also called Boolean lattice. For example, if you take any non-empty set X, then the power set of X, that is a set of all subsets of X under the set inclusion, is a Boolean algebra. And already we know this result. In the previous theorems, we have seen that if L is a distributive lattice with 0 and 1, then every element has at most one complement. And we have been proved in a theorem that it is unique. And I think you remember that complement is unique always. If it exists, then it is unique. And since Boolean algebra is a complemented lattice, it must have a complement. Therefore, obviously complement is unique, and we denote that by x dash. Then we will see an important theorem, and this is called De Morgan's law. So for a Boolean algebra L, if you take any two elements A and B, then A meet B the whole dash is equal to A dash join B dash, and also A join B the whole dash is equal to A dash meet B dash. Now let's see the proof. If L is a Boolean algebra and you take two elements A and B, now apply the distributive law. So A meet B join A dash join B dash is equal to, now apply the distributive law. So A join this, that is A dash join B dash, and B join A dash join B dash. And again here we will be using the associative law. So change the bracket. Therefore A join A dash join B dash, and also here also we have applied both associative law as well as commutative law. So interchange this and then applying associative law. So we will get B join B dash. Now what about A join A dash? A dash is the complement of A. So A join A dash will become 1. Similarly, B join B dash will become 1. So as a result we will get 1 meet 1, because here B dash is less than or equal to 1, and also A dash is less than or equal to 1. And we have a theorem equivalent which satisfies the equivalent conditions. So if B dash is less than or equal to 1, then 1 join B dash is equal to 1. And finally we will get this is equal to 1. And by the same process, if you find A meet B meet A dash join B dash, you will get 0. Therefore, these two results shows that these two are complements to one another. Therefore, we can write it in notation A meet B the whole dash is equal to A dash join B dash. And if you take complements both sides, then you will get A meet B dash the whole dash is equal to A dash join B dash the whole dash. And if you simplify this and applying duality principle, we will get A join B the whole dash is equal to A dash meet B dash. Hence we have proved the De Morgan's laws. Now note this point. Complementation is a unary operation on Boolean algebra. A unary operation is nothing but which involves only one element is called unary operation, and that involves two elements is called binary operation. So we know that union, intersection, and these are all binary operations because these operations involves two elements. Complementation involves only one element, so it is a single element operation, that is called a unary operation on Boolean algebra. And also every Boolean algebra should have at least two elements. Now we'll see about finite Boolean algebras. And let's see the definition of a cover. Suppose if A and B are two elements in a lattice, then B is said to be a cover for A if A less than B and A not equal to B, and there is no element C in the lattice such that A less than C and C less than B. That is, there should not be any intermediate elements between A and B. If B covers the element A, then we write it in notation by the symbol A is covered by B, or B covers A. And next definition for atom. So what is an atom? An element which covers the element 0 is called an atom of the lattice. And also you note this point, if A is an atom and A is not less than or equal to B, then A meet B is equal to 0. I repeat again, if A is an atom and A is not less than or equal to B, then A meet B is equal to 0. In particular, if A and B are two distinct atoms, then A meet B is equal to 0. We'll see a theorem, and the statement is if B is a finite Boolean algebra and if small b is a non-zero element, then there exists an atom A such that A is less than or equal to B. And here you can see a diagram of a lattice, and here there are three atoms A, B and C, because A covers 0 and also there are no intermediate elements between 0 and A, and also there are no intermediate elements between 0 and B. Similarly, there is no any intermediate element between 0 and C, and all A, B and C both all the three elements covers 0. So these three elements are the atoms here. Now we'll go on to the proof. First of all, we'll choose a non-zero element B. If B is an atom, then there is nothing to prove. Simply we can take A is equal to B. So the B which satisfies the required condition. Suppose if B is not an atom, then we have the assumption that B is a finite Boolean algebra, and also we have assumed that B is not an atom. So there exist intermediate elements between 0 and B, and it forms a chain like this. So a covering chain, this is called a covering chain. So 0 is covered by B1 and B1 is covered by B2, etc. up to Bn is by B. Satisfying. So 0 is covered by B1 and also each BA is covered by BI plus 1 for all I equal to 1, 2, etc. up to n minus 1, and also Bn is covered by B. And clearly you can see that B1 is an atom because B1 covers 0 and also there is no intermediate element between 0 and B1. Therefore B1 is an atom here, and also B1 is less than or equal to B. Therefore here we can choose A as B1. For each non-zero element, there exists an atom which satisfies A less than or equal to B1. Now we'll see the next theorem. If B is a finite Boolean algebra and if small b is a non-zero element, we can A1, A2, etc. up to AK is the collection of all atoms of B which satisfies AI less than or equal to B. Then B is equal to A1 join A2 join etc. up to join AK. Okay, now we'll go to the proof. If B is a non-zero element, we are going to define a set A of B such that A of B is the collection of all elements from B which satisfies 0, it covers 0, and also A should be less than or equal to B. Now in the previous theorem we have proved that for any non-zero element there exists an atom A such that A is less than or equal to B. So it is clear that this set A of B is a non-empty set, and also B is a finite Boolean algebra. Therefore A of B must be a finite set. So we can take A of B as a collection of elements A1, A2, etc. up to AK, and put C is equal to A1 join A2 join etc. join AK. Now here each AI is less than or equal to B, and also therefore C is less than or equal to B, because C is equal to A1 join A2 join etc. up to join AK, and each AI is less than or equal to B. Therefore the C must be less than or equal to B. Now we are going to claim that B is less than or equal to C. Already we have shown that C is less than or equal to B. Now the other part, if we claim this B is less than or equal to C, then we will get the result B is equal to C. So that's the one we have to prove. So we shall claim B is less than or equal to C. Now we know we have some 4 equivalent conditions now. In the previous slide we have seen that theorem. So B less than or equal to C is equivalent to B meet C dash is equal to 0. And therefore it is enough to prove that B meet C dash is equal to 0. So we shall prove by contradiction method. Suppose assume that B meet C dash is not equal to 0. So what happens if B meet C dash is not equal to 0? Then what about A of B meet C dash? Clearly A of B meet C dash is non-empty set, because there exists an atom A such that A is less than or equal to B meet C dash. We have proved the theorem now. For every non-zero element there exists an atom such that A is less than or equal to B meet C dash. Therefore clearly this set is a non-empty set. So there exists an atom A such that A is less than or equal to B, and also A is less than or equal to C dash. So A is less than or equal to B, and also A is an atom. Therefore A must be in the set A of B. That means that A is equal to AI for some I, and A is equal to AI, and that is less than or equal to C. Now from 1 and 2 it is clear that A is less than or equal to C, and also A is less than or equal to C dash. Therefore A is less than or equal to C meet C dash. That is the complement. C meet C dash is equal to 0. Therefore we get A is equal to 0. A is less than or equal to 0. But this is a contradiction, because A is an atom and A should cover 0.
Therefore, we get a contradiction here. So clearly, B meets C dash is equal to 0. Therefore, B is less than or equal to C. So it is clear that B is equal to C, and hence B is equal to A1 join A2 join etc. up to join AK. So we have proved the theorem, and we shall see the remaining theorems in the next part. Thank you.